We just wanted to give an update. We realized it's been about 3 months since the last time we made a video, and we've made a few posts on Facebook, and we just wanted to get on and make a video to share some of what's going on, to give an update. We're sitting here beside a lake that we found. I have to share about this because it's very exciting to me. I pray about every detail and need that I have in my life, and one of the things I prayed for is that God would provide somewhere where I could sit and look at nature, because I have been in the house for about at least 3 months and not able to leave other than to go to doctor's visits. And literally down the street from where God provided for us to stay temporarily was not only a lake, but it was a lake there where we could drive the car right up to it and see the lake. And most other lakes we looked into going to, you had to walk. And so I just had to share that because it's been a real blessing to have somewhere to sit and just focus on nature, even though I've had to stay in the car and from the outdoors. So anyway, that was just a little fun tidbit. So
we just want to thank everyone for all the outpouring of love and support and prayers and financial blessings, not just through our GoFundMe, but through the checks and everything else. It's just been so touching. It's taken a burden off of us as we've, had to move out of our other apartment and start over from scratch, not really keeping anything. So that's been a huge blessing for us. So thank you to each and every one of you for those and your sacrificial giving to us. So you want to tell them a little bit about what took place last week?
Well, I wanted to continue on that.
Okay.
I have had so much going on with my health that I couldn't possibly take the time. I didn't have the energy at all to be able to respond back. But all of the Facebook messages, private messages, all of the posts, comments under posts of you all praying for me, and some of you even sent me actual prayers that you were praying. Meant so much to me, to both of us. The money in our GoFundMe, we have used every penny for our needs. We are just so thankful. Thank you.
Well, while you gather your thoughts, so last week was our official move-out date of the apartment that we've been in for 12 years since we first got married. Huge thanks for those that came and helped. Spent your weekend helping me get things moved out of there. They aren't things that can come with us, but we had to vacate the apartment because our lease time was up there. So thank you so much for that. That was a tremendous blessing, a lot of hard work and effort, and it was hard to clean out the space that you've lived for so long and try to dispose of the things. So thank you for the help with that.
Yes, and thank you for even people who have sent me messages saying, we know what it's like to lose a home and everything in it and move to another place that is just a house, but it's not home. There's such a difference in how that feels. And it was nice to just have people to identify with how that feels, the process of it. This isn't something that I ever could have prepared myself for or known how it was going to feel. But I've released our prior home of 12 years to the Lord, and I'm thankful for the time that He gave us there. And even though some tragedy came from it with the mold, I'm thankful for the memories that we had while we were there. And God can even use the hard times and the bad things that happened also for His glory. And so we are just thankful that we are moving forward, and we are thankful for the work that He's doing in our lives. So right now I don't know, did you say we've been living in a temporary home for the past couple months. Really gracious friends of ours opened up they have a basement apartment in their home, and they've been letting us live there, and we've been so blessed by it. It's been exactly what we've needed, and a place of safety, no mold or anything, and everything met the qualifications that I needed for my health to move forward. And we are just very confident that God knows the next steps for us, for where we need to be. And we have been looking for months for that next place, and we haven't found it yet. And we are seeking God for His direction, and there are just many needs that I have to be able to progress with my health. It needs to be a home, obviously, that doesn't have mold or chemicals, and it just needs to be a very healing environment. Do you want to share more about that?
Yeah, so more specifics, we're about a week away from the agreed upon time for us to be able to stay at the place where we've been staying. They've been so gracious and kind to allow us to do so. And as Leah said, we've been looking for months for something that we think would fit the bill. We expect God to provide, but we do have that need coming up by the end of the month. So in specifics, we're kind of looking because of just to give Leah's body a chance to continue to heal. We're looking for a place that's really not newer than 18 months old, maybe 2 years old, so that her body doesn't have to deal with the off-gassing and chemicals that come from that. Mm-hmm. Preferably something that's not more than maybe 15 years old, just because there would have been more chances for there to have been issues that we would have to deal with.
And sometimes older homes can have just more that's gone wrong with them. So.
Yeah, over time, or they're closer to, possibility of there being issues with things just because of the age of the home.
And at this point, we have been looking for a rental because of our situation, but we're also opening ourselves to knowing that if God wants us to be in a home to buy and purchase, that in time that can happen as well. So what we need at the moment, though, is temporary.
Yeah, it's kind of a safe space for, a short period of time or 4 or 5 months, just to kind of figure out what's next and give us the ability to keep looking. As I've said, we've looked.
Yeah. Every day.
Yes, and over a large area around Atlanta, hopefully to keep me within an hour of work. So
we have looked everywhere.
It's been quite the process, and,
it's uncomfortable It's really uncomfortable, for being real. We really trust the Lord in this, and we know that He didn't, He directed us to leave the apartment and to leave everything behind and to start over, and we did that. And He graciously used this family to open up their home, and it's been ideal. It's had no carpet, it's had, nothing, no chemicals or mold. It's been perfect. So we don't feel like God directed us to leave and then gave us the next step to then put us in a place that would make my health get worse. So we just need to know what that next step is, and so we're sharing also in that. Hopefully maybe you guys know of someone you could share this with, and obviously we need the finances to do some certain steps like home buying if we need to go that direction. So we're just sharing that part of our life with you. And you have anything else?
Yeah, it could be as simple for a short period of time as if, an RV or a camper. We can think outside the box. We'd obviously have to test whatever.
We've looked at tiny home. We've looked into tiny home living. We've looked into, but those type of situations though tend to be a little more tricky because they can have mold more easily, or something is brand new than it has the chemicals. So it's trying to find that good, safe area. And we know that God knows our needs, and so we are just trusting Him for that, because you can start to feel like, well, where do I belong in this world? Where is that safe place for me? But God does know, and so we're confident in that, and we are trusting Him for those needs.
Yeah, do you want to talk about where your body is in the healing process from your last video update of 3 months ago?
Yes. So my my body is in a healing process, and we are claiming that and thanking God for that. But I need 100% healing. I am seeing some progress, which I am thankful for, but I do need a lot of healing. And I am still on a liquid diet. You can probably look at me and tell that I look a little different than I did when you saw me last time on the video. I have actually lost a total of 30 pounds, and that's a lot. That was a lot for me. I got to a place where I almost had to go get a feeding tube and be in the hospital. But God, in His great mercy, and all the prayers of the people, helped me to find some nutrition that actually worked for me, and it has been so wonderful. So I've been able to stay on that liquid nutrition, and I've been gaining slowly weight back, and I've been able small amounts of weight. I have a long way to go, and I also have been able to sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
Well, you've had more energy, so you've been up and out of the bed and moving around.
Sorry, I'm hot. It's really hot in the car. I'm going to turn the air up. I get hot easy. I'm sorry. I've also been able to have more stamina. I was in the bed solid for like 2.5 months, and I couldn't even hold my body up to walk across the room. Other people had to do that for me. So recently I've been able to move around and start working on getting muscle strength back and stamina. So I'm really thankful for that. Another area of a praise that I want to share about, which is a big thing in my life. Get so emotional.
Yeah, you're not hot. It's not all your family.
Well, I am hot, but
That's emotional.
I'm emotional. Because of your generous gifts, whether it's come in the mail from a check or cash, or it's been through the GoFundMe, or however handed us cash. One of the ways that I've been able to work on my health is I found a therapist, and I had been praying that God would provide someone for me to talk about everything that I've been going through. And when you go through chronic illness, it affects every area of not only your body, but also of your life. And maybe you don't understand it unless you've been through something like that, but it literally affects everything. And my whole desire through all of this is that my eyes would stay fixed on Jesus, and that I would let Him daily lead me and guide me and direct me through what I needed to do for my life, for my healing, and just each step of the journey of my health. And I was praying and seeking God months before this tragedy happened with us having mold again in our home, and of all of a sudden me not being able to even feed myself. I couldn't swallow, I couldn't even at a point drink water, nothing. And I feel like God brought someone at the perfect time, and not only did He bring this person at the perfect time, but He provided through all of you who have given so that I could financially pay for it. And I've been able to, the past 8 weeks, I have been able to work with someone, and it has just been the biggest blessing. And one of the reasons why you also maybe haven't heard a lot from me is I've just been working on myself, and I wasn't depressed at all. Thank God that never was a thing, but there was a lot I needed to work on, and it's just been really helpful. And God has really been just doing an amazing work in me and helping me. And I just want to thank you all for praying for me, and I'm so thankful for the way God has provided this person in my life, because I feel inside like a new person. And what I mean by that is maybe everything isn't physically perfect, and I do have a ways to go, but when I say I'm healing, there is so much healing that has happened inside of me in the past 8 weeks. And it's been because of the Lord and what He's doing in me and through this type of therapy. And I'm just so thankful. And I just wanted to share that because I'm thankful to God, and I'm thankful to you all for praying and supporting me and loving me, and for supporting Keith. And it's because of you that we are where we are right now, and for the mercy of God. And so we just thank you all for continuing to encourage us, pray for us, be there with us, and to continue to financially bless us so that we can pay for my health needs, so that we can purchase things that we need to rebuild a home. As Keith said, when we left with nothing. I mean, everything I have on right now are the few things that I own. We have nothing. But we are just so excited about how God is going to rebuild our lives, and we are hopeful, and we are thankful for how He's going to do this. And we wanted to share because we want to share the goodness of God. We want to share our gratitude and our thanks, and we just wanted to give an update of our needs for housing. So if you could share our need for housing, that would be amazing. Continue to share my GoFundMe, that would be amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much for all that you've done, and for your generosity and your gifts and your prayers and love. We appreciate it. We still got a long way to go. Leah's still got a long way to go physically with her health, but she's heading there, and we've got a long way to go to get our feet back underneath us. And again, our immediate need is for housing, at least for a short period of time, while we figure out longer solutions. So thank you so much. Again, we appreciate each and every one of you, and may God bless each of you. Thank you.